Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. This game is bullshit. So today, I thought I'd go back to the past to show you some older games. No, stop the music. I'm being serious. No, really. Nowadays, it's all about games like Call of Duty, Fortnite, and what the next Resident Evil's gonna be. I loved 4, but that's not what we're here for. All jokes aside, let's begin. First, we have Contra. Originally came out in February 1987. I wasn't born yet, but I might as well have been. These games were all I had as a kid. While everyone was out playing PS2 and Xbox, I was still on the Nintendo. Speaking of, did you know the Nintendo came out in 1983? It'll be 40 this year. The Nintendo was released as the Famicom in Japan, but it wouldn't come to America until 1986. Our first game is Contra. Contra became one of the top 4 highest-grossing dedicated arcade games of 1987. The game's popularity came from its 2-player co-op, a simple side-scrolling run-and-gun shooter that was both difficult as well as fun, not to mention it's the game that popularized the famous Konami code, or 30 lives code. You know, up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Surprisingly enough, the Konami code originally came from another game called Gradius. So how does Contra hold up today? Well, their last game came out in 2019, so it's not out of relevancy yet. Apparently it got a 5 out of 10 on Steam and a 42% on Metacritic, so it's getting there. Now enough talking, let's play a few of their older games. I'm currently playing Contra Anniversary Collection. They have it all. Well, before it all went to shit in the newer gen. If you're a fan, this is a must-have. But if you're new, there's always something here for everybody. They even have the Japanese counterparts. Let's start with the first one. Fun fact, as a kid my father always used to say that he beat the game. To this day I still think he's full of shit. These games are tough, and they're certainly unforgiving. So the first level is simple. Try not to die. Your character dies after 1 hit, so you mainly jump around trying not to get hit with projectiles. Every now and then you'll see flying power-ups that upgrade your gun. It is entirely possible to miss one of these, as things get really chaotic on the screen. Sometimes you'll be blocked by barriers that you need to take down in order to progress. They're a pain in the ass. See, look, I just died. Sometimes the game will transition into 3D when you finish a level. It's cool and all, and it is refreshing. Until you get to the boss. Look how many balls there were. Luckily the game has continues, but I'd honestly rather play with hungry sharks in the ocean than this. At least you'll know it'll be over quick. The goal is to shoot these orbs, after which the main weak point appears. Then shit really hits the fan. Okay, they're finally all destroyed, and there's the main weak point. All I gotta do is keep up this rhythm, dodge that, and another ball. Really though, how are you supposed to avoid those? You don't. That's the point. You have to either get lucky or memorize exactly where you're supposed to be. All I do is keep dying here. They give no indication, no flash warning where it's supposed to go. Come on, come on, come on. Fuck! Yeah, screw this. For our second game, we have Super Contra. Now this came out in... wow, I don't even need to say the year, the game does it for me. Let's see how it plays. I haven't played much of this title as a kid. I mainly played on 3. It would have been 3 years old by the time I was born, and another 5 years before I'd actually begin to play it. So the game copies the same formula as the first one, with minor differences. Changes in the background have more detail, and power-ups drop actual guns now. Oh yeah, another thing, the difficulty. If you thought last game had your balls in a vice, this game is more unforgiving than the first. Is that a tank? A fucking tank? Alright, well this shouldn't... That was cheap. More often than not, enemies will appear on screen so fast, you barely have time to react. Alright, this looks like the end of the level. There's a drop I missed and... Is that a fucking helicopter? A fucking helicopter. Who do I think I am? Fucking Rambo? So, like the last game, the orbs are replaced with guns, and you gotta destroy every part to bring it down. Which is easier said than done, though. Look, there are people jumping out of it, and I just died. Okay, come on, you stupid helicopter fuck. Go down. How are you still flying? I've killed the pilot. What the actual fuck? No, really. I destroyed the pilot. This doesn't make a lick of goddamn sense here. If the helicopter can basically fly on its own, then what's the point of even installing the damn cockpit in the first place? So after being manhandled by the helicopter, I died, ran out of continues. Then we get a nice look at the people who haven't touched grass in a while. This might be a little nitpicky, but in the words of our fallen savior Jesus Christ, fuck it. It's the only game I can win at this point. Here's a column of A's, then B, C, back to A's. D and E are alright, but then they fuck it all up again by adding A's. There's just 2 of them. Did this game fry their brains so much that they forgot the damn alphabet? The only logical reason I could come up with that makes the most sense is that originally the letters were in order until somebody beat someone else's high score, and then they just left it in. Couldn't they just set the preview scores before competing for the top? Anyways, it's time for the next one. Finally, we have our third and final game. Motherfucking Contra 3, the Alien Wars. It doesn't get more badass than this. The backgrounds are absolutely beautiful and stunning to look at. The boss fights are really good. The action is there, and it's fast-paced. They introduced a new mechanic where you can dual fire both guns. In theory it should be good, but if you're thinking about doing it, don't. All it takes is one fuck up to lose both weapons. They also brought back the wall barriers, but this time around they're much easier. Yeah, fuck them walls. They also redid the 3D parts. Now it's a Wile E. Coyote cam, and every time you move, the camera goes with you. This has made people dizzy before, so thankfully this isn't too long. I would say that the only real pain in the ass are these cracks in the floor. It's hard to tell where you're supposed to stand and where you're not. This game is definitely easier than the first 2, but it's still kinda tough. At the end of every level, you see a picture of our hero. There's probably pictures in the last 2, only if you're skilled enough to finish the levels though. What's different here than the last 2 is you can actually drive vehicles. Hell, some missions, you never get off the damn thing. I view these games as a masterpiece. All in all, these games are fun. They are difficult, but they are addicting nonetheless. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like and subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one.